Yo, welcome back everybody. So today we got a pretty cool core schematic. We're using an alloy smelter and we've got logic with it. And oh my god, I got the hiccups. And because you all have an attention span of a donkey, I'm splitting this video into two parts. So let me just show you how we work this and what's going to go on. So once you have 500 of each resource, it has to have 500 of each or it won't work. The alloy smelter will turn on. Once we drop under 500 like copper just did there, it turns off. And in our last video we changed the unloader with time, so every like 3 or 4 seconds it would change to a different resource. This time we're using logic to say, hey, is there 10 copper in the smelter? If there isn't, change the unloader to copper. So it's a more precise, and when you make schematics in the future and you make them bigger, it makes more sense. It makes more sense to use it this way. So without talking anymore, because I can't talk and I need and I need water, let's roll on and learn how to do this. Oh god. Right, let's connect everything up then. So we've got our microprocessor. We'll connect the alloy smelter, recognize smelter 1 and the unloader 1. I'm not going to connect the core up just yet. I'm going to wait till the second video, so forget about any of that stuff for now. Now, if you've not done any of this before and this looks really confusing, go to the description and click the first link. It'll send you to my first logic video and I'll just explain the basics. Now, firstly, we need to see what's in our smelter. So we're going to use a sensor. Smelter 1. And we need 4 because the smelter takes 4 resources. Copper, lead, titanium, and silicon. Now, in my last video, I used bananas as the name because it doesn't matter what you call it. But let's figure this out. I'm going to check what's in the smelter, but I'm also going to check what's in the core later on. So calling this just copper is probably not the best thing to use. I'm going to say S copper because it's the smelter copper. Later on, I'll have maybe C copper for the core copper. So S copper, S lead. And if this doesn't make sense, just wait till the end. And once you see it all working, it makes way more sense. Now, let's add some logic. We'll do a jump and call this S copper. And we'll make up a number of 10. So this reads out, if copper in the smelter is 10 or more, we're going to jump to do something. But if we don't have 10 or more copper, we want to change the unloader to copper because, well, we want copper in the smelter, don't we? We'll use a control and we'll use configure because we need to configure the unloader 1 to copper, and we do that by pressing at copper. And then we'll end it. And then I'm going to add another jump. Now, I'm going too fast for you, but don't worry. This will make sense when I do it all. So, let's read this all out. We're sensing what's in the smelter, so that's fine. We're now jumping to this line. If the copper is less than 10, it's going to go to this line. It's going to change the unloader to copper. So we start filling the smelter with copper. That's what we want to do. and then it ends. And it's going to keep on looping until we have 10 or more copper. And then we're going to send it to the next sensor. So it's going to keep adding copper. Once we have more than 10, it's going to start jumping over to the next sensor, which is lead. Now, why did I pick 10? Well, if we look at the alloy smelter, you go to the right, it has 3, 4, 2, 3. If you picked 10, it's going to be enough for each of these to keep on working. So that's why I just wanted to fill the smelter up with 10. You can change it to wherever you want, but 10 works. So now we just need to copy everything for lead. So change that to lead. And then we've got an end. Same again for titanium. Titanium and titanium, and then another end, and the last one, which is silicon, and silicon, and we'll click an end. All we have to do now is tidy up these jumps. So you just jump it to the next jump, which is lead, titanium, then silicon. And the last jump here, we could send this up to the top, but I'm just going to send it to the end here. Now let's see if this is working. It is now working. It's now making each resource close to 10. And let's just read this over so you understand. Once again, the microprocessor does a line by line. It's making a sensor for each one of these resources. So if we have 5, it's going to keep on looping. We now have 10 copper. It's going to jump over. Do we have enough lead? No, we don't, but we have enough copper. So it's going to keep on looping round here. Once lead's filled up, it's going to start looping the titanium, then the silicon. So it's more precise than using the timer, which we did last time. And yeah, that's it working. We're going to jump into the second video now, so hang around. Click the thing on the screen if it's popped up now, or wait a second or two. I just need to talk for 20 seconds to get this ending, and just talk a lot of rubbish, blah de blah, blah de blah, jump into the next video. But yeah, cool, that's all working. Catch you guys next time.